All right, so few things have happened off camera because sometimes, so I work on my laptop, right? So with working on a laptop, sometimes I'm at work, sometimes I'm other places, and I kind of, get into the creative process. So I did something with the beat, something I do. So when I create the original beat, like with the music and everything rocking or what have you, what I typically do, I'll take the beat, and when I say the beat, I mean the music, I mean everything. I'll take that and then I'll sample myself, right? And I chop it up like I would do like a hip hop sample. In hip hop, most of the time, uh, when we produce, right? When we sample based producers typically look for pieces of music that they that speaks to them or what they want to do to a beat. As producers, those of us who know how to play, we'll take we'll play the kind of loops and things that we will want to sample. And so I know how to play the music that I want to sample, but sometimes to jazz it up some more, I'll take the music that I created and then I'll chop that up and create an alternative beat. So I'm gonna give you a sample of that. So this is the original beat. This is the original groove, everything. All right, got that right. All right, so I'm gonna give you the alternative. I'm gonna add, I'm gonna add some of the other elements, like the strings and things from the original beat. So you can see it got a little bit more bounce to it. So another part that I added was the B section. So I got the main track, I got the chop part, and I got the B section. The B section is kind of like the second verse. So it's going to change it abruptly and go to a whole nother groove. So it's going to sound something like this. So I use a sample taking me into that. So it just abruptly goes one way. When I finish the first part of the rhyme, it's just gonna be me and the pianos and maybe strings, and then it goes into this piano thing, and then it goes into the groove. Some of y'all may recognize the sample. I ain't gonna tell you what the sample is. Hip hop cats and music cats, you gonna know what the sample is that go into the thing, and then what I chopped up and how that turned into a beat. So the beat section will go like this. You know what I'm saying? That's for the beat section. Now the thing about it is, like when you producing, you gotta kind of have the whole thing mapped out in your head. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta kind of know where the drum's gonna go, where this part gonna break down at, what's gonna happen after that. You take that part out. Because the rhyme I do on top of that, it's a thing. So we're gonna see what all these things are. We're gonna put it all together. As you can see, I'm recording without isolation and all that sort of thing. I'm right here in my basement. My wife's upstairs. You can hear her playing John Legend and High Five. I don't know why she chose to play that song and then that song, but that's what she's doing. But what I typically do I like to capture like live performance, and because I'm recording performance poets, so when we perform, it's not an isolated environment. So I made that part of my mixing and EQ style to get some natural reverb of like a live performance, as well as do all the studio things that need to be done, all that. So you hear all that in the final mix. Sometimes it makes for a crazy mix, but I like to get some of that live energy in when I'm recording. So this is, take one, rhymes past the margin. Once upon a rhyme pattern, a monogamous when Polly got universal Wally as he grinds Saturn. Mind unraveling, he's time traveling, rambling insights of Christ. Open mic night at the Vatican, baffling the culture turns Xanax trafficking. Hip hop is pop, can never be with the mass again. Culture band is shit, back with the mass again. Lynch and Kaepernick, then back on making ads for him. I ain't mad at him, hope he make it ad for him. Till white kids, skinheads get eyelid tats of him. Show folk claim they so woke, making a fad of him. Snapchat activists is active as a mannequin. Cooning for these crackers but still ain't tapping in. Applause for Trayvon, still won't clap for him. Black's the permanent underclass but the facts are in. We react as rats to the maze they trapped us in. Until the days my face full of grays, Satan repents of his ways. Every rhyme I say is attacking him. White genetic fears geared towards the black men. Melanated material, the superior sack it's in. Trigger fears and niggas appearing and grafted men. White boy lacking, feeling sweeter than saccharin. We make a hats and caps for us to react to them. Like it adds for them, but God, he subtracted them. So they multiplying the lies of our women. White chicks spit of politics, figured out for them. Algorithms for living, yeah, she mastered them. But nappily ever after only comes after the plastic them. Has run its course with the remorse still attached to them. Baby, won't you smile, still being asked for men. Looking at her ass, she scared to walk past for men. She crossed over and asked Jehovah, is what I ask a sin. For good men, these your sons I'm basking in. Is this your king? No, what kind of God he had to grin. Making love a safe place, a major task for men who can't get past the pain has cast them in. Yo, so I think I got that one. So what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna mix the vocals. I'm gonna see where I want to put my drops. I just recorded the first poem in Rhymes Past the Margin, entitled Rhymes Past the Margin. So yeah, we're gonna see what happens. Peace.